One of the things that Coach Bray talked about coming out of the Fresno State game was the contain, the rush lane integrity and all of that, keeping the quarterback in the pocket. Where do you see that, and how are you working on that?
I mean, we got to continue to just get better at it, continue to harp on it, continue to emphasize it. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
Just looking at this Texas Tech team, just what makes them so threatening?
They got good tempo, they're a good team, got talent on that team, and they're operating at a high level right now.
Yeah, what's going to be the next step that this team kind of has to take this week in order to really match up against a tougher road opponent?
Just keep building off of what we've been doing. We got some good things. We've done some good things out there on that field, and we just got to continue to believe in ourselves and continue to work and get better each and every day on the things that we need to get better and improve on.
Yeah, and how would you kind of just describe the mood of the locker room? Obviously, after, you know, 2 tough losses, games that you hope to win, how have you just kind of seen them react and head into this week where you're going to face your toughest opponent yet?
The good thing is we got a good group of guys. We do have a good group of guys in that locker room that want to continue to get better. They're on each other in a positive way, and we believe, and we're going to continue to believe in each other. And so it's a lot of football left. It's a lot of football left.
Yeah.
One of the young guys in your group, Shamar, showed some real energy last week. What do you see out of him and his growth and his ability to contribute? It's
been awesome to see it. He goes out there, he works every day to continue to work on it. He asks questions in the meetings, and he's just doing all the right things to try to get better, and he's going to continue to get better. And you saw the flash of it with the TFL in the backfield, and that's what he's capable of when he's on fire for his work.
Tajay, is he technically part of your group? It gets a little confusing about who belongs to who.
I mean, we're all part of the same, right? We're all up front. We're all got to do our job up front, and we're all together.
But Tajay certainly also looks like a guy who's maybe starting to make an impression on this defense.
Mm-hmm. As a D tackle, yeah, he's doing some really good things, and that's what we saw in him. And so he's got to continue also, and we'll be fine.
Through 2 weeks, no sacks so far from the edges, but what needs to improve, I guess, in that to, you know, get those numbers up a little bit?
Well, we left a few on the field the couple of weeks. We left a few missed tackles, and then obviously letting the quarterback get out, and so we just got to continue to work, and these guys are excited to get out there and work and get on their craft and kind of go from there.
You're incorporating some new guys, Kai and Walker and others. How are you seeing them start maybe fit in with what you're doing here?
Okay, those guys do a great job. Kai, you just haven't. He's showing flashes, and he's a good pass rusher, and he has energy. He brings that, and he's starting to understand the defense, and he's playing fast. Walker, same thing. We got to continue to build and continue to improve. They both do, and then we'll see what happens throughout the season with those two.
Lots of you seem to be playing a lot of guys. What's the thought behind that, and does it demonstrate the confidence you have in the depth of your group that you're rotating a lot of guys in at those edge spots?
Not as much as the D tackles, but I am rotating. Just keep guys fresh. We need the guys. It's a long season. We're playing college football, and your body's going to hurt, right? So keeping them fresh, keeping them ready to roll, and that's.
Yeah. When you're preparing for Texas Tech, how helpful is the tape from these first 2 weeks from a couple of games that just haven't been super competitive? What are you looking at when you see them that your group has to prepare for this Saturday?
I do see every team is competitive. You never know, right? And so our guys, again, just got to continue to watch film, continue to study these guys, hone in, right, on what we're doing, finalizing the details, and continue to play fast.
Do you start school next week?
2 weeks from now.
Yeah. 2 weeks from now. So how beneficial is it? A lot of schools are already underway. How beneficial is it to, you know, face an opponent like this, knowing that the guys can really still have that time just to like zone in on football before they got to worry about school also on top of that?
Yeah, it's like an NFL schedule. You know, guys are in there, they're watching extra film. They want to come in my office after we get done meeting as a staff, and they want to watch and continue. So it's been great.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, you had a big game personally on Saturday. You feel like you're starting to get settled in to what's expected of you at the position?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I made the plays that came to me, but I couldn't be able to make those plays without my teammates doing their job. So, you know, everything fits all in one piece when everybody does what they need to do. And I was able to, you know, make those plays, and I need to keep on making them as we go on.
What was the difference between week 1 and week 2 for you? What felt different?
I feel like I started to pick up things a little bit more. You know, week 1, you know, first game, you know, fresh on my toes. You know, after that first game, you know, you get that feeling. You feel more comfortable out there, and I feel like, you know, that's what I had. I felt more comfortable. So, you know, I made a lot of plays, and, you know, I didn't keep on making them.
Did you feel like it was that way for a lot of the defense from game 1 to game 2?
Yeah, for sure. You know, coming off a loss, you know, we coming in the next week, you know, looking to improve on, you know, the main things, tackling, you know, doing our job, having good eyes. And I feel like we picked that up, you know, week 2, even though we didn't get the dub, I feel like we just did better overall as a defense.
Coach Bray mentioned tackling on Monday as an issue coming out of last week.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned that as well, too.
Yeah.
Is there anything more that you guys are working on as a defense until in practice this week to prepare for your first road game?
Yeah, you know, all of us, we all, of course, know how to tackle. It's just having that, you know, effort, you know, intent to want to make that tackle. You know, that's what Coach Bray harps on, you know, every week. And in Indy, you know, we work on tackling a lot. You know, when we're in a positive position, he wants us to go low, so we've been working on that, going low, because we go around the hips, we're going to fall off. And, you know, that's what the film shows. You know, we were tackling around the hips, and we was falling off. So this game, looking to improve on those, come out with the dub.
What have you seen from this Texas Tech offense so far on film?
Yeah, for sure. Their tempo, we know they get on the ball fast, so, you know, that's what we've been working on in practice. You know, being able to line up quick, get the call, you know, and be able to execute.
What do you see that you particular need to do maybe differently against Texas Tech than against the teams?
For sure. You know, being more vocal, you know, it's going to be a loud environment, loud stadium. So, you know, being able to, you know, echo that call, make sure that everybody around me gets that call. And, you know, I just have to have good eyes, you know. When I need to take the dude to the fight, I need to be able to take the dude to the fight. You know, not having that gray area of not knowing what to do.
Coach Bray had said that even in the Cal game, is pretty happy with the run defense.
Yeah.
How do you feel like the run fits are working this year compared to last year where that was just a continuous issue?
I feel like last year, you know, we had a little, you know, I feel like last year we did a good job. But I feel like, you know, this year we improved just being able to, you know, get through that last year. You know, that's what we needed to work on. So, you know, coming into that next year, we knew we needed to stop the run. So that's a main focus for the defense as a whole and the inside linebackers.
Coming into the season, it's an interesting schedule. You're not part of a conference.
Yeah.
This is one of those games where you're on the road at a Big 12 school.
Yeah.
Is this one of those games you've got kind of circled all year long?
No, for sure.
This is a big game.
Yeah, it's a big game. You know, we're excited. You know, we get another opportunity to go 1-0. You know, that's our main focus. We're not dwelling on the past. You know, we're just focused on the future. And this week in Texas Tech, we have them on our schedule. We're just going out there, looking forward to go out there and execute.
Thanks, Dexter.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I believe this is our first opportunity to speak with you since
sir.
you got to Oregon State.
Yes,
So
sir, yes, sir.
we got to start at the beginning. What led you here as you were looking to make the move up from San Diego Mesa?
I just had a really great relationship with personally Coach Chance. He's been recruiting me for many years since I've been in high school. So getting in contact with him was a pretty good decision for me. I feel like it helped me get here. It started the process. During my year at Mesa, I was playing more offense, so it was kind of a stretch for him to put my name out there, and Coach Bray and everybody else believe in me. But I mean, I'm glad that we're here. We're figuring it out now.
So when was the last time you were specifically a defensive player?
My freshman year, first out of high school, I was down the street. I was a duck, so I was playing corner over there. I redshirted that year. I didn't play. I went to JUCO. We did 2 years there as a receiver, and now we're back playing DB again.
How hard is that transition?
It's not, I wouldn't say it's super hard, but I mean, obviously it's a different transition from running a straight line and to going to backpedaling and, you know, defending guys going fast forward. But I mean, I've done it before, so it's all second nature at the end of the day.
You made an interception on Saturday. Did your background as a receiver maybe help you make that play?
Yeah, for sure.
That was quite a catch.
Yeah, for sure. I was telling my parents, I'm like, if we look at the film, that's the play that I'm making all the time as a receiver. Because I was mainly like a deep threat. I'm going to get the go ball on the post. So, I mean, that was second nature right there, for sure.
Do you remember what you saw on that play specifically that just made it almost seem natural?
So, honestly, I ended up getting hands-on, which was really good. That helped me out, hands-on on the receiver, which kind of messed up his
his alignment and everything. So once I seen that ball come out, it was pretty much like I opened up and it was just like, I don't know, see ball, go get ball, pretty much. Like I feel like I caught it just like a receiver would. And my momentum ended up taking me into the end zone. And I was a little shaky about that part because I wasn't sure about the rule. So we went in and got what we could get, for sure.
On balls that are kind of overthrown like that, when do you make the decision over, well, okay, that's overthrown, that's going to be incomplete, or I can maybe get to that one?
Whenever the ball's in the air, I'm going to get after it. So we just figure it out then. Like, if I get there or not, then that's the deciding factor. But every time I'm going 110% trying to get to that ball.
You mentioned your relationship with Coach Chant. Is there something about the scheme or the style that Oregon State plays that's a good fit for you as a cornerback?
I think personally, yeah, because I mean a lot of the time we're up in guys' face, which is what Coach Bray likes, and I think I like to say I have a little bit of speed on me, so that helps with the deep ball and getting the ball thrown over top. So I think it does help a lot. Just the scheme that I ran when I'm in like a bump and run kind of situation, or just up in somebody's face, get hands on, throw the timing off, and just let the D-line do their thing.
So so your speed helps you feel more comfortable
Most
pressing
definitely.
a little bit because you feel like you can go get it if you got to?
Most definitely. I think it would be the speed, also my body frame, and just the confidence that I have at this day and age. Just go out there and compete, pretty much. Don't really worry about too much. Take my technique, everything that we work on during practice, just bring it onto the field.
You've been paired a lot of the time with a true freshman cornerback on the other side. What's it like seeing a young fellow just thrown right into the deep end of the pool like this?
No, yeah, I bet it's been pretty crazy for him, but for me, being on the other side of him, I mean, I love it for him. He's a young guy out there getting his feet wet. I mean, he's doing a pretty good job. We both had I wouldn't say a tough week one, but we both had some issues that we didn't like. We went and fixed it. Last week, we had a better week, and he performed last week also.
What specifically were those things that you guys worked on from week 1 to week 2?
It was those deep balls, transitioning, getting our eyes back, getting hands on receiver. I don't know if you guys watched last week, but I think Trey did a really good job last week of getting hands on the receivers, making it hard for them just to get into their routes and getting into their motion or whatever. But I think that was one thing that we focused on. Also, just getting our head around, just so in like situations like that, because most of the time I wouldn't say we're completely beat, because we both have speed along with Trey. So I think if we just get our head back, then it'll just help us finish those plays a little bit better.
Going back to that interception, just when you came down with it and then started running towards, saw the end zone, just what was going through your mind in that moment?
Honestly, when I went and got that ball, I'm gonna be honest about it. My body kind of gave out. My legs was a little heavy and everything, so I was just trying to get what I could get. We got to the sideline, and then I had to go pop the IV really quick. But other than that, I mean, it was a great feeling. First pick in Corvallis, or just college football for me in general. So I mean, that was a great feeling. I got to hang up that chainsaw, and all those people there congratulating me and everything. So it was a great feeling.
Yeah, and I know that you talked about confidence. Just a play like that, what kind of confidence does that give you then heading into the rest of the season when you got to prepare now for your toughest opponent of the season?
Yeah, I would say it boosts the confidence a little bit, but I think at the end of the day, I'm gonna carry that confidence with me regardless. I don't think like the interception is gonna be the factor on that, or not. Like, 'cause even if I were to get caught on, I'm still gonna have that confidence. Next play, you just got to shake it off and move on to the next play. But I'm always gonna carry that confidence, try to bring it along with my guys, so it just makes everything a little bit more smoother and calmer when we're out there.
Yeah, and just going back to the opponent this week, Texas Tech, just what you've seen on film. You talked about hands-on receivers. Just what impact will that have in this game specifically, watching film on this offense?
Yeah, I think that's also something that we need to do. Obviously, they played a really good football these past 2 games. They've had really high-scoring games. But I think the stuff that we see on film and stuff that we've been preparing for since I've been here in January, everything's pretty much been repetitive. I think if we just stick to our rules and stick to our assignment, then everything will play out and we'll be just fine. Again, also, we're not going to just allow them to just get free access runs this week. We're also going to try to get hands-on and make everything difficult for them, just like we're going to do with everybody else. So.
Were you redshirted that Oregon game? Was that the year that Oregon played at Texas Tech?
No, so the year that I was at Oregon, we lost here in Corvallis, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't play Tech that year, though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think it might have been the next year.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Gotcha.
Thanks, Jalil.